We received our new impeller and wear ring. Special thanks to Dave and his staff at Impros for answering all of our questions and providing us with the best solution for our replacement parts. So we went with the Skat Track impeller. The pitch on this impeller is a 15-18 versus our Solus, which has a 13-18. So unboxing the impeller, you can see some of the differences. So next thing I wanted to mention is the use of the grease seal or the nose cone, commonly referred to as the impeller boot. If you're replacing an OEM impeller, you're going to have a rubber impeller boot. If you're going from a Solus or some other type of aftermarket brand, you may still be able to use your threaded seal. We're going to go ahead and incorporate our old Solus impeller seal. Still in good shape. The O-ring is still in good shape inside. And the threads are still in good shape. Screw your impeller seal on hand tight. Do not over tighten as it'll be difficult to remove during future services. Also note that there are detents on the side of the grease cone, and this is helpful during removal in the future. Now that we have a complete impeller assembly, we're ready to install our wear ring into our jet pump and then install our impeller. You'll need to use a press to install your wear ring or other non-traditional methods. An observation that I want to share with you is I'm seeing cavitation burns a little to the right of our set screw hole. Now let me show you what I'm seeing. So this is our undamaged pump from our RXP, and the undamaged pump shows signs of cavitation just a little to the right of this set screw hole. So that's why we're avoiding drilling all the way through the wear ring. Don't worry if you do drill all the way through the wear ring. The manufacturer's instructions tell you to do so. Turn your impeller clockwise onto your greased impeller shaft. After you bottom out, you're going to tighten up this nut using the same method as we did before, and we're putting this in the drive shaft. If you have the special tool, you're going to lock this into the vise, and you're going to use the tool on the top of the impeller shaft. You're going to torque to 92 foot-pounds. After the impeller shaft is tight onto the impeller, we'll be installing our grease cone. Make sure the cone is full of grease and is free of water. Using your 5mm Allen screws, apply marine grease to the threads. When installing your cone, note the orientation. It does only fit one way. Put your Allen screws in, hand thread them first. After you've tightened them initially, torque all your Allen heads to 7.5 Newton meters. It's roughly about 4 or 5 foot-pounds. You do not want to go too tight on these. Our jet pump moves freely. Now we're going to install our siphon tube. This is plastic tubing, and this goes on a groove that's on top of the jet pump. And we're going to install this rubber seal. Note the taper on the seal, that the tapered end goes out. Do a quick double check before we get ready to put it back onto the vehicle. Everything spins freely. We're good for our install.